Hey guys, so we're going to start this scrunchie tutorial off very easily. We're going to start with our tools. For this, I am going to be using the Seriously Super Chunky yarn by Signet. I feel like this is one of the top tier end of chunky yarns. It's also what I use to crochet hats in the winter time. I love it. I love the feel of it. It works out very nicely. So you're going to need one skein of this. One skein is more than enough to make one scrunchie. I've got scissors, of course, and I'm going to be working the yarn up with a 10mm crochet hook. It's always best to use the hook that corresponds with the yarn that you're using. And you're going to also need a hair tie. You can see it's pretty chunky. You definitely want to go for the thicker ones. I wouldn't recommend going for like a regular, like thinner size. So we're gonna get started. You're gonna start this off with a regular slip knot. So I like to wrap mine around my index finger, come back round. So round my index finger like that. Then I put my fingers through the top loop here, like that, and just pinch and hold that loose tail there. And then pull until it tightens up, just like that. Now we have our slip knot. We're going to take our crochet hook and our scrunchie, and you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into the scrunchie like that. Grab the yarn of the slip knot that you've created and attach that to the hook. And then we're just going to pull that through like this. We're going to slip stitch. You can pull in this loose tail at the end to tighten off that like starter loop. And then we're going to chain 1, 2. Now we're going to start creating our base round of stitches. I'm going to hold my tail up here to my hair tie just so I can weave it in as we go. So we're going to insert our hook into the center of our hair tie, yarn over and pull up a loop like that, and then we're going to yarn over again and pull through both loops like this, and that's our first stitch. If you want to remember where exactly you started, you can go ahead and put a stitch marker in that first loop of our chain 2 that we created, like this. Just so I know when we get back to the end where exactly I need to go ahead and put my slip stitch. And we're just going to continue around the hair tie with single crochets. So just going in the middle of the hair tie, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarning over and pulling through 2 loops like that. If you really love scrunchies that are ruffly and have a lot of texture to them, you want to start bunching your stitches up. So as you're going around, yarning over, pulling up 2 loops, yarning over again and pulling through 2, you can keep, you know, shuffling your stitches up so they kind of have very little room in between them. And now we're going to go ahead right here where we have put our stitch marker. So just insert into there and yarn over and pull through. And we're not going to pull up another loop, we're just going to pull through again. And that's going to finish our round. We're going to start working our second round, and we're going to go ahead after our slip stitch and chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and this is going to count, I guess, as our first double crochet. You can go ahead now and stick your stitch marker into the 3rd chain right there so we don't forget where we need to slip stitch into. Now to double crochet, we're going to yarn over. We're going to insert our hook into the next stitch, which is this one right here. We're going to yarn over again and pull up a loop. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again and pull through the first 2, so this one and this one, like that. And then we're going to yarn over one more time and pull through the last 2 loops on our hook. And that's our first double crochet. And we're going to repeat that in the same stitch that we put our first one in. So right here next to the one we've just completed, we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to literally be working 2 double crochets into every stitch around the hair tie, just like that. So now we've got 2 here, we're going to move on and place another 2 into this next stitch. That's 1, again, that's 2. You can see at this point it's got a little ripple running through it, and that's because of how many stitches we bunched up at the beginning with our single crochets and the fact that we're doubling up our double crochets in each stitch right now. Okay, it's our last one, so then for double crochet you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through. We have completed our round, and to finish off this round you're going to go into where we left our stitch marker right here and just insert your hook. It's always a bit fiddly to do this with the stitch marker in, so I'm going to take mine out. I'm just going to insert my hook right through here into this space here, like that. Yarn over, pull through a loop, and then pull that loop through that loop back there on your hook. This is how it's looking after the second round. As you can see, we've already got a bit of a ripple running through it. So we're going to go ahead now and start round 3. We're going to start just like we started our second round. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to place 1 double crochet in every stitch from the previous round, just the same way we did it last time. We're gonna yarn over, I'm gonna insert my hook into this next stitch right here from our chain space. I'm gonna yarn over again and pull through a loop. I'm gonna yarn over and pull through 2 loops on our hook. Then we're gonna yarn over and pull through the last 2, just like that. And we're just putting 1 double crochet in every stitch. Right, so we're about halfway again. As you can see, it's starting to curl up, and that's gonna really add to the effect of the ruffles at the end of our scrunchie. Okay, so I've got 2 more left to do. So I forgot my stitch marker, but I'm gonna pop it in just for the sake of showing you guys. You're going to go ahead and insert your hook into the top of that chain 3 space, and you're going to slip stitch and fasten off because we are done. So pull up a loop, pull through, and pull through that second loop on your hook, and then to fasten off you're going to pull through the end right here through that loop on your hook as well, and that's just an easy fasten off. You can go ahead and tighten this. Obviously, I'm assuming you guys probably have a longer tail than I do. So once you have your tail, you can go ahead and weave in the end. The way that I like weaving in my ends, especially on this scrunchie, is just right here in the middle where we were slip stitching and ending and beginning and ending our rows. It's not very obvious. So if you want to go ahead and stick your crochet hook in through these stitches up to the top, and then just grab that tail and pull back down through the loops you fed your crochet hook through. If yours is a little bit longer than mine, you can also go through these stitches right here on the second round, just really close to the base like this. Just gonna feed it through, and then I would just grab that tail and weave it through the bottom like that. At the beginning of this video, I featured these multicolored flat lace scrunchies, and I want to show you exactly how I made those, and we're going to be doing that using the invisible color changing method. It's super easy, so get ready. Once you've decided where you want your color change to start, you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and pause. You're going to cut the tail end of the color you're currently working with and grab your second color. You're going to create a half loop and attach that half loop to your crochet hook and pull through the last 2 loops. To secure our stitch, we're going to pull the tail ends of the 2 colors tight and continue creating double crochets in the round until we reach the end, or until you reach the point where you want to switch back to the color you previously had or include a new color. To secure your stitches, you're going to weave them in as we go along. This is not only going to save you time at the end from weaving in your stitch, but it's also going to help the stitches stay secure so that they don't come out in the future. You can color change as much as you like, mix and match, and create your own fun designs. I wanted to show you guys the difference in sizes based on how many stitches we placed in our first round, which is the single crochets around the hair tie. In this one, you can see that it's very flat, there are no ruffles, and it looks a little bit small. Whereas in this one, you can see that it has more drama, more ruffles, and also the hair tie is hidden a lot better. Here, I really wanted to show how different yarn weights affect the overall size of the scrunchie. On the left, we have one that was made of lighter weight yarn, and on the right, one that was made of chunkier, thicker yarn. Obviously, they are both beautiful, but it's just something to keep in mind when you're making this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and be sure to share it with anyone that you know that crochets or someone that would love this tutorial pattern. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!